Hi, this is Tim Grant, your 5-minute QuickBooks professor, today talking about bills of material and how to create them in QuickBooks. So you may have to ask yourself, what is a bill of material? Well, I used to call it a recipe for creating a finished goods, but really a recipe includes a component list, the items in your cake that you're about to bake, with the instructions on how to put it together. QuickBooks fulfills the first half of that requirement. A bill of materials is a list of all of the components that go into a finished good, but it doesn't include the instructions of how to put it together. A good work order would do that, but QuickBooks lacks that capability. So what it does do, however, is list the components. And to think about how an item can be set up, let me first show you a simple model of a finished good. And let's say that this could be a bicycle. The bicycle is going to be made up of many components, and one of the components could be a bike frame. The other might be the lights. Another component might be the seat. And that finished good could also have another sub-assembly to it, say for like the tires. Maybe we have the tires themselves and the spokes and the hub. The wheel frame itself might be rolled up into the sub-assembly, which is our tires, which is just considered another component of our finished goods. So QuickBooks works in very much the same way. If I go to items and services here, and I'll take an item that already exists, this 1000 tag, and this item down here, it's an inventory assembly type. Down here we have a breakout of the bill of materials, and those materials can be only of 5 different item types. These are service, other charge, non-inventory parts, inventory parts, and other assemblies. It cannot include groups or sales tax items, anything like that. I can see them at a glance by clicking on this full view here. So this breaks down a little bit bigger window to show me what the items are that make up my finished good. I can also print out this list by going print here, and if I click on the preview button, this shows me in a nice printed form how all of the items are listed. I can also, when I go to print that, if I want to see this in an Excel file, if I click the ASCII text file here and set it as a comma or tab delimited file, I can export that out and then open it up in an Excel worksheet. So each of the items here are listed as components, and if I have a question about any of these, I highlight it and I can click Edit Item to the right here. This opens up the window for that item to show how that cost is being carried over. I can also do that for my other assembly as well. Down here, edit my item, and I can see the other components that go into my sub-assembly. So that's how they're set up. They'll take the total bill of materials cost from each of these components and the cost that's showing on all of those components. So that's an item that's already set up. If I were to set up a new one, I go to my item list and I go down here to New. I'll select Item Inventory Assembly. These are only available in Premier and Enterprise, not available in QuickBooks Pro. I'll give my new item a name. So let's say cover harness. I'll fill in my sales price if I already know it. I go down here to items and I'll start selecting the items that go into this. I can change my quantities or my units of measure. Okay. And assign an income account. And I'm done. And that's how you create a bill of materials in QuickBooks. This has been Tim Grant, your 5-Minute QuickBooks Professor. Thanks for joining us.